Back on Get Down to Business with a returning guest, truly a man that needs no introduction on this program, but I will introduce him anyway.
Wow.
Tom Miroballi is an independent agent that through his office provides a variety of healthcare plans that best meets your needs. And your needs is the key word over here because there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to health insurance. Isn't that right, Tom Miroballi?
Absolutely correct. And not everybody wants maternity, and my plans eliminate the maternity.
Sir, you are an independent producer, and that means that you can work with anybody and you find the best plan, the most affordable plan. It's been a little while since we've had you on, but you're a Chicago-based business that provides guaranteed acceptance for HSA plans to those under 65. So
Sure.
Let's talk about what's hot in the world of health insurance. I know business is booming. That's because people need to talk to you, and you provide the best solutions. So, Tom, what's out there?
Well, I basically do a lot of non-compliant Affordable Care Act plans through other companies. I've got 3 other companies that do plans without the maternity coverage and lowers prices, especially the deductible, substantially. Like, your deductible now with the Affordable Care Act before your bills are paid is $8,150 for the husband and $8,150 for the wife before the bills are paid at 100%. And you're paying a second mortgage because the pricing, especially for 50-year-olds, it's totally outrageous. The cheapest one out there is $570 a month, and you still have that $8,150 deductible and maternity coverage.
Well, again, we go back to how I introduced you. There is no one size fits all. So in the world of insurance, I know that there are changes. We're now in a new year. It's strange. We're already in February. We're in a new year. Are there any regulations that you think our listeners should know about? Any changes in the world of health insurance and the reporting requirements that the people should be on the lookout for?
Not really. I mean, it's the same as it was last year. The only things that have changed on the Affordable Care Act is that the deductible and out-of-pocket cost, like I said, was $8,150 per adult, and the prices went up. As far as any mandatory things are concerned, like you have to have an Affordable Care Act plan or you're going to get penalized, that left when Trump came into office. That was one of the first things he did. He got rid of the penalty for people not enrolled in the Affordable Care Act.
And I know one of the things you pride yourself on is that personal level of service, high touch, lots of communication, which is great. So most of our listeners are small business owners. They're looking for a affordable small business insurance option. They might have a couple of people in their office. They might not be providing a traditional health insurance plan for, hundreds of people. Mm-hmm. How do you get the best small business insurance?
Well, number one, we have to have an appointment. And a lot of people don't know this, but I can get a group for one person. Believe it or not.
Okay.
So if you definitely need a group plan for whatever reason, I can get it for one person and up. And I preferably rather do a individual program for people without the maternity coverage, because when you start getting into the group plans, you're going to have to start playing with maternity coverage, and that can be $200, $300, $400 a month per person.
So small business group insurance plans are an option, and small can be as small as one and as large as you need it to be.
Yes.
We've been talking with several entrepreneurs throughout the program tonight about they're entrepreneurs by their very nature. We heard from 2 people already today that quit different jobs and moved on to start their own business. What about people that need short-term health insurance coverage? Is that something that you can produce?
Always. Every day of the week.
Oh,
24
fantastic.
hours a day, 7 days a week. And by the way, these 2 gentlemen are very interesting people.
Absolutely. We always have interesting people on Get Down to Business.
Always.
It's interesting because so many people have an idea and they're so worried. One of the things that keeps them up at night and really affects their business is they want to start an idea, but they're worried about losing health insurance during that transition from one plan to another. So that's something that you can provide.
Yes.
Which is great. So, again, I'm chatting with Tom Miroballi, an independent agent, Chicago-based business, provides guaranteed acceptance for HSA plans to enroll small business owners, small businesses, and provides a custom solution. which is so important. So let's talk. I know something that you that's mentioned on your website quite a bit is Medicare supplements.
Yes.
Can you provide a quick teaser on what that is?
Well, when people are working past the age of 65 and they're on group plans, the group plan would include a Medicare supplement, but that Medicare supplement on the group plan is much higher than it is in the individual market. So people have that option of coming to me, and I could do Medicare supplements along with the prescription drug plans. I can do the Advantage plans, but at a cheaper cost than what it is on a group.
Well, that's very helpful. I know you provide these custom solutions. I know that that you provide that high-touch communication to help people find the right plan for them, and that is so, so, so important. So I want to make sure people know how to reach you. Find your website. You have a beautiful website.
Thank you.
Where I know people can chat with you and get a free consultation. Free. How often does that happen? How can people get a hold of you?
Every day of the week. You can call me at 630-863-3477. That's 863-3477. Or contact me on my website, which is www.healthinsuranceplanchicago.com. All one word.
Fantastic. That phone number is 630-863-3477.
Yes, sir.
Be sure to call Tom Miroballi. We'll be back and get down to business in just a moment.
WindowsAreNeedy.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Welcome back to Get Down to Business. You can download all of the podcasts from the hundreds of shows that we have had on the air over the past 5+ years. You can get on my website, shalomklein.com, and be sure to check me out on social media. I'm at Shalom Klein on Facebook, Twitter, really anywhere where there is social media, you can find me and download some of the podcasts and get a sneak peek of who will be on this show in future weeks. So still here in studio, I've got my good friend Tom Miroballi. Tom is an independent health insurance producer, works with a variety of plans to help ensure that that people can find a custom solution for either their small business, for an entrepreneur, for anybody that is looking
individuals, families, everybody.
Absolutely, and the right solution for them, which is really important. Tom, something that we don't talk about enough with you on the show is we talk all about networking with all of our guests. Tell us a little bit about your story and how you've grown your business. Who have you networked with, and how have you grown your business?
Well, to be honest with you, WIND and the advertising that we're doing is bringing a substantial amount of business. That's not a plug for WIND; it's just a fact. And I go to WIND events. Last week, I was with Steve Cortez, very, very entertaining gentleman, and made a couple of contacts with the folks that were there. You just can't be a jack of all trades, master of none. So I have focused my business through WIND, and I get a lot of residual calls and repeat business. It's a fabulous advertising tool. And then I do also reach out through chambers of commerce and, meet and greets and things of this nature. But I get, again, I don't want to be repetitive, but I get a lot of business from WIND, and you just have to service your clients. And I am available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. If I don't answer the phone when people call me at 2 a.m, leave a message, and I'll get back to you when I get up.
I know you always do. And it's, when we coordinate our bringing you on the air, I send you an email, get an email right back, which is so convenient. And it's really important when you are out there trying to grow a business, you need to be accessible to your clients and basically communicate with them however they want to communicate. And so you've prioritized, you just mentioned several times, you've prioritized networking, which is something we talk about endlessly on this show. And everybody finds a different form of networking for them. They find whether it's a chamber of commerce. For you, you've certainly connected with fellow listeners of this station, and you go to those events and you've connected with the hosts of different shows, and that has worked well. Something that we're talking with an expert in the world of health insurance, but really, Tom, it's rare that I have this opportunity to talk to you about what has caused you to become known as the expert in the world of health insurance. Is you givers gain, and that's really important. You get out there, and I know that you prioritize, obviously, spreading the word about your services and what you do. But I'm curious, what about other professionals. You need services as well. How have you found networking to work for you in terms of meeting other professionals and other service providers?
It's just like you just said, it's networking. You just meet and greet, you talk, and, one hand washes the other. I found my chiropractor that I go to religiously and who lasers me, and met him through a meet and greet. I mean, and it's, how could I say, it's just something where you have to be available to everybody. And you're not going to get everybody on your book of business, but if you service the clients, you make the clients number one, you're going to get the business.
When I started networking, probably just about 10 years ago, it took me a little while to understand that I didn't want to sell to somebody that didn't want my services.
Correct.
But I did want everybody to know what I do.
Yes.
And that's certainly what you do, obviously, through, again, advertising on the station, through being out there at events. People know what you do, and if they have a need for your services, fantastic. If they don't, that's okay, too. You still want to network them. You want to know what they do and how you can help them as well. And I think that approach has worked really, really well. But, Tom, let's zoom a little bit out, and let's talk a little bit about you. You are, as I said, well-regarded as a health insurance expert. How long have you been doing this for?
Over 20 years.
Okay, so you know all about all of the changes. It's been a wild ride these past 20 years.
Very wild, very wild. And remember when you were told that your health insurance premiums were going to go down $2,500? No way is that happening. No way.
So you've had to use a military term, you've had to adjust fire quite a bit, ranging from when laws are passed, and we're not talking politics here, but when laws are passed, you go from 20 years, you look at the different administrations that have come and gone and different policy that has been enacted.
Yes.
And so much of that affects people's businesses and affects people's health insurance coverage, which is a very big deal.
Yes.
So how much of your time do you spend sort of following the news and following policy?
I look at it every day. And, I have clients that are coming in who are paying $2,000 and $3,000 a month for their families. That's a second mortgage. That might be the primary mortgage. There's no need for that. You don't need a 50-year-old male and female needing maternity coverage. You don't need a 45-year-old needing maternity coverage. That's the key. That's a $300 to $400 reduction per person on your monthly premium payment. Interesting.
So you are based in Lisle.
Yes.
But you service customers in what sort of geographic area?
The 6-county area. I have people almost at the Wisconsin state line. I have people almost at the Indiana state line. So the customers are number one. I don't believe in this thing about electronic this, electronic that. We can do the applications electronically. That's not the point. But it's still meet and greet. You look your client eyeball to eyeball.
It sure is. Well, Tom, I know we shared your website and your information before, but let's share your phone number again so our listeners can get a hold of you.
Yes, it's 630-863-3477. That's 630-863-3477. And if I don't answer the phone, leave a message, and I will get back to you.
I know you will. Tom Miroballi, the health insurance expert. Thanks for continuing to join us on Get Down to Business.
Did you miss the open?